Today I'm at my parents' house. They have asked me to build them a very simple table. And this is for sewing stuff and my dad's stereo equipment and just whatever else they want to put on it. So we're here in their basement today. So my plan is to make a 10-foot table out of 2x6s. And so let's get started. I have 5 2x6s, and that should give us a table that's 27.5 inches. The first thing I want to do is use some wood glue and put these together and use clamps to make sure they are secured to let that glue dry. I'm going to lay these 5 boards out here on this newspaper so that hopefully no glue will be spilt on the ground. Go ahead and get these first 4 glued, and then we'll move on with that last one in a second. This glue step may not be 100% necessary, but I just want to put some on here to make sure this thing stays together well. So I have a bead of glue on the first one. I'm going to move to the next one, and so the back side of this one will be on here and just go down the line like that. So basically only one side of each board is getting a little glue on it. Now I have glue on each one of these pieces. I'm going to turn them down and then butt up the piece before it so that it touches that glue. Now sadly I only have 2 clamps, so I'm going to pick 2 spots here and then cinch these down and make sure they're real tight to hopefully hold this thing into place. Alright, that one's nice and tight. I'm going to go fix the other one real quick. Now I have this clamped down on both ends. It would be nice to have a couple more clamps, but I don't have them, so this will have to do. I'm going to let this dry overnight, and we'll come back and keep working. I've let the table sit and dry for about 2 days now. So the next step is to measure exactly how long this is. 27.5, just as we expected. So I need to cut, I'm going to say 3 boards to be screwed this way. What is that? Perpendicular? And so it'll hold all this together even with that glue. So let's go out to the shop and cut a couple of boards real quick. Because this board is 10 foot long, it's kind of hard to work with on the table saw, and that's what I want to use today. So I'm just going to cut it at 50 inches to make 2 25-inch pieces, because I want to kind of chop the corners at 45 degrees to make this look a little bit more professional. So let's do that. So I have the blade set here at 45 degrees. So now I'm just going to turn this over, and at 25 inches I'm going to cut another one of these so both of them have that cut in there. So come out from the end. I'm going to go to 25. Okay, so I got those cut. Let's see how they look here. Yeah, not too bad. Should be able to get at least 2 screws in there, and then however many we want on the rest. So I want to have this pretty close to the end here, so let's do maybe 5 inches in. I'm going to mark there, come to the end, mark again, and then maybe on this middle board, mark a third time. Okay, that way I can match up all these and know that I'm on that line. And let's see, we got 1 inch and 1 inch. Whoops, sorry Wally, poor Wally, didn't mean to smack you in the head. Now the screw that I'm going to be using has this star head on it. I like these because they don't seem to strip out. I've never stripped one out of about 100 of them that I've used so far. And they come with the star bit for your drill. So we'll get that installed here. Actually, to make this job easier, I'm going to use this sleeve here. Supposedly, these screws will not crack the wood, but I'm going to give it a try here, and if it does, then we will pre-drill in here. Well, seemed to do pretty good on that one. I'm going to go to the other end over here and put one in there to keep this thing in place. I got all 3 of those installed. Got one at the midway point and then 5 inches in. So now it's time to pull off these clamps and see how well this thing glued together. Also, how much glue I'm going to have to pull off the floor. Alright, Wally, moment of truth. Looks like most of the glue stuck to the paper. Now they want this table to come up to the top of this ledge here, so let's see how long our legs need to be. This is 28 inches. So if we take away 1.5 inches, we've got 26 and a half. Taking that away is for the top of the table. So 26 and a half. Let's go cut some legs, and I'll show you the design I'm thinking about to make this a very sturdy table. Okay, visualize with me for just a second. We've got this piece to work with, which is kind of what holds everything together. So my thoughts are, have 2 pieces, 26 and a half, screwed into the side over here. They come up. Then there's going to be a piece that runs across the middle to hold that together. Then 2 more boards over here, 26 and a half, coming up, and then a couple of little pieces in the middle of those 2 to hold it together. So the legs will kind of be a rectangle coming out here and then linked together. My thoughts are, if we build it that way, it's going to be extra strong, and put one in the middle so that you could even stand on this table if you needed to. So let's go out there and cut those pieces real quick, and you can see what I'm talking about. So we need 4 boards at 26 and a half, but once again, since I don't have a chop saw or a miter saw, I'm going to cut this at 53 inches just to make it easier to deal with. So do that first. So if you've got a different saw that would make this easier, definitely go ahead and use that. Now that the 4 26.5-inch boards have been cut, it's time to make the pieces that go between the 2 sets of wood, the 2 sets of legs. So a typical 2 by 4 is going to be 3.5 inches wide. So we need to cut 2 pieces this way that are 3.5 inches. So let's go ahead and do that. Now lastly, we need a 20-inch piece that will go between the 2 sets of legs. So we'll cut that out of the board we used earlier with that 45-degree angle. Okay, let's assemble these legs. So we've got the 4 26.5-inch pieces, 2 3.5, and then 1 20-inch piece. So to get started, I'm going to lay out 2 of our 26.5, and about halfway up I'm going to put this 20-inch board here. So, using our tape measure, I see that we are exactly 11 inches, so I'm going to match that over here. So exactly 11 inches. Make sure that's even, level, flush, all that good stuff. Okay. I'm going to get this one screwed in here. Okay, so those 2 pieces are for holding everything together. Now I want to move on to these pieces. So these are going to be supports that are halfway in here. So to get them installed, what we're going to need to do is flip this inward like this, and then I'm going to use one of these other boards just to get it in the right height. And then these have to be screwed in up under here, like such. Okay. So now you can see that is really well put together. So then the next thing to do is move over to our end piece. So this piece is going to be flipped up here, and all this goes towards the middle. And I want to make sure that we've got this equal on both sides. So 3.5. Okay. This leg's almost done. So take the other 26.5-inch pieces you have and line those up here, and then just simply screw these together in the the 2 connection spots here. I was considering designs for the leg, and this one seemed to stand out in my mind as a really good one because it broadens out the top so much. Should make it nice and sturdy. I'll be making a workbench someday for my my workshop when I get to that point. I'm considering something like this design for that. So time will tell if this is a good design or not, but I'm thinking it will be. So it's got a nice wide base here to give it lots of support. So we'll see. I'm gonna take a break for lunch and then get the other side done over here. And I'm considering just putting one leg, a small one, back here on the back side, which I guess would actually be this side when you flip it up, just to give a little bit extra support in the middle. Alright, I finished lunch and got the rest of the legs done here. It's time to flip this thing up and see what it looks like. Ugh. It's heavy. Cool. Nice table. And the table is done. I'm gonna let my parents arrange it how they want, but it's very sturdy. Looks like I could have gone a little bit longer with these legs under here, which you can't really see, but it's not quite touching. But maybe there's a bit of a bow in these boards. But all in all, I'm pleased with this table. We'll see how well it stands up. Now, if you're going to be putting a lot of weight on here and it's this length, you would want to finish out this other leg to look like those, so that it would be sturdy all the way across. But for sewing stuff and speakers, this is going to be more than enough. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this table, give it a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed yet, please do. Also, let me know what you think about this table. We'll probably end up using the plane on it a little bit, hit some of these high spots, and then probably either stain it or paint it. Not sure yet. Thanks for watching. I'm Seth Johnson with Land the House, and I will see you next time. Bye.